I have created a proposal that is geared towards patient safety and health information systems. This system that I have chosen to create is in reference to the HIPAA privacy policy. The privacy policy covers all EHR, electronic health records. That is patient information that is stored and documented in a computerized system. This information is protected under the HIPAA Act. I'm introducing this system because I feel that there's a need for a better verification method when speaking to patients regarding medical documentation, testing, treatments, and procedures. All HIPAA-related information can be found on the HHS.gov website. This information spells out exactly what it entails to be protected under this Privacy Act. This act was founded in 1996 during the current Clinton administration. The congressional leaders found a need to protect the privacy rights of its citizens, and this is in the wake of identity theft, the acknowledgement of domestic violence on behalf of both male and female parties. The government found ways to identify pertinent information that belongs to a specific patient and to classify it as protected information because it pertains to the person's immediate demographic, financial status, or medical history. The HIPAA Act is updated on a regular basis to incorporate all new forms of technology, whether it be through mobile phone, laptop computer, or other computerized devices that are frequented by more than one user, whether it be medical professionals or patients themselves. The government has even come up with an incentive-based program that will pay doctors and medical organizations if they transfer all their medical information over to EHR systems. There's over $30 billion in incentives that's out there for doctors who are willing to completely reorganize their medical organizations and make them computerized to function in today's computer world. When we would determine the risk analysis strategy when it comes to HIPAA, we try to figure out what's in the stages of creation and development. What are the most important aspects that need to be identified? What are the needs behind it? Are there any risks to the organization itself, to the immediate facility itself, to the IT department, to the board members, the stakeholders? Risks can come from internal or external. Patient safety and health information is handled on a strategic level. So planning and implementation goes along with the development of any system. The system that I've chosen to create will work alongside the current EHR that is in place. So this would be an updated version to the current EHR that would signify a medical professional to choose the method of contact that they're having with the patient in order to provide them with the allotted information. For instance, if a nurse calls a patient to remind him of a medical appointment, she would be prompt to use a computer screen which would ask her how she's calling the patient. That would send her straight over to a screen with redacted information to prevent her from divulging anything that shouldn't be provided to any patient or patient care team over the phone. We want to try to bring back the hands-on approach to medicine. There is a bedside manner that is missing in medical care itself. So having the patient come in to obtain certain information not only builds a trust, but it also ensures that no information is being given to any parties without the proper consent. In patient safety and health information systems, enterprise-wide data, including its practices and policies, is very familiar. Enterprise-wide data is data that is used to construct an organization in its entirety. When I say that, I mean a company can use a specific bit of information for all its different branches and departments. Like HIPAA. HIPAA covers everything. It covers information regarding a person's diet, the medications that they're taking, finances, family members, addresses, and things like this. So the hospital staff that works in the kitchen would be charged with as much privacy, protecting the privacy of the patient, as one would be on the floor unit in the reception area. Privacy across the board is to be protected throughout an entire medical organization. The facility itself, from top to bottom, must know that protecting a client's privacy is the first thing in providing quality care. What are the costs? According to an article written by Jeff Green, he wrote that EHRs could actually save up to $23,000 a year. So if you do the math, if a company spends $2 million creating a computerized software system, and they're saving $23,000 a year, within the next 8 years, it is projected that the company could recoup the money that was spent. And this is just not on accounts payable, or accounts receivable. This is monies that's being saved internally. Positions aren't no longer needed to cover paperwork. Now you have people who are trained to know how to use computer systems, and computer data entry is much more easier to facilitate than it is to write down actual medical documentation. And we all know that human error plays the biggest part in loss of information in the medical field. I set up this section as a question and answer series. I imagine questions that board members would ask me, or questions that I myself as a board member would ask a potential project proposal. The first question I ask is, what are the long-range risks? Because as we know, in healthcare, in any organization that's an entity or conglomerate, making money, saving money, and risks is the biggest factor. These are the eye-opening topics in most conversations and around most board tables. I have identified that there aren't many risks in having a system like this. It's actually reducing risks. No new systems will need to be created. That's another question. We won't have to spend extra money to create a new system that needs to be used in conjunction with the system that I propose. So we could actually create a update to the actual EHR that's being used in order to incorporate my alterations, I guess I would call it, configurations. How long should it be in development? I believe that the system should be reconfigured on a yearly basis. I don't see a system like this aging out because, as we know, privacy in medical care is not something that's going to go away. Every year it's going to be perfected. It's going to be the topic of conversation across boards, across senates, across many forums. So this is something that I perceive to be a lifelong projected system to be used throughout medical. I don't see it ever expire, I should say. I've concluded that this PowerPoint creation represented my proposal for a newly implemented HIPAA system. I myself have attended Princeton Medical Center, which is affiliated with Princeton University. And I too can say that the medical care can be better, but I have experienced myself firsthand what it's like to receive information over the phone, and it's very off-putting. It makes you question who can call in and receive what. And because I work in healthcare and social service itself, I chose this topic because it is very important. It deals with me, my family members, and people that I service on a daily basis. So I'd like to thank you for your time, and I appreciate the time that you did give to me. I hope you enjoyed my proposal, and I hope to work with you in the future. Have a good day.